So, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe. First reviews are in, first reactions are here, and it is looking terrible. The first reactions are really, really, really bad. So we're going to dive into this today, ladies and gents. I hope you're well. It is hot as balls in the UK. I'm sweaty. But we're going to dive into this news for you. I like doing this. First reactions, first reviews. I do enjoy doing it because then, of course, we can have a look at this, see the blue check marks and what they believe, and then we can see whether the audiences line up with it when the film actually releases. I always find this to be incredibly fascinating. Before I do, ladies and gents, down below in the description box is a link to pre-order my Blu-ray, Breaking Lights. It's a psychological horror film exploring suicide and depression from the male lens. Take a look, support me, support original film. It says pre-order. It's only available for this week now. They will stop as of Sunday, so don't sleep on it if you wanted it and you missed out on Black Fields or anything like that. Grab it whilst you can. Support me, support original film. But let's dive into this, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost comes from Humberto Gonzalez. He says, Snake Eyes is an unmitigated disaster. This is potentially the most scathing review here, just as an FYI. A total and utter disregard for the character's history, legacy and canon. As a true fan and collector of the IP for 40 years, this movie broke my heart. What made Snake Eyes cool and mysterious is not in this film. Another Paramount dumpster fire. That's scathing. And again, like I said, ladies and gents, that's potentially the most scathing of them all. It's really, I mean, that's a pretty bad review anyway. Snake Eyes, this is from Alicia Grauso. Snake Eyes was in some way better than anticipated, but failed to live up to its promise. Henry Golding is solid, and Andrew Koji steals it, but overuse of shaky cam and muddled editing sadly ruins fight sequences, which should absolutely pop. Still, it's a very entertaining time. Now, it's interesting, because this is an action movie, right? A lot of the sort of feedback is that they didn't know how to shoot the action, which is really bad if it's an action movie. If you're not shooting the action properly, what you doing? What you doing? And that is, like I said, that seems to be one of the repetitive themes from these reactions reviews. Scott Mendelson says, Snake Eyes, better than expected, looks gorgeous with some plot visual surprises, tries to be standalone ninja melodrama with G.I. Joe elements. I mean, that's bad, isn't it? Fucking melodrama. But Golding is a bit bland, Koji steals the show, and the action, while gloriously staged, is edited to death. Rise, Snake, Retaliation. So again, action. The action. That's what they're picking up on. The action is bad. That's a bad movie when the action is bad. You're doing wrong things at that point. It's an action movie. The action should be the standout. Jermaine Lucier says Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins is not very good. Straight down the line. It's not very good. It's repetitive and devoid of energy. The character arcs are all over the place. And the G.I. Joe stuff feels completely superfluous. I like the actors in the roles, but they're way better than the movie itself. And then obviously people are going to give their full reviews shortly. This is just the first reaction stuff that we get. I mean, I do this on Twitter. Side note, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mistakes Reviews on both those platforms. I do this when I see a film, jump on Twitter, give my first thoughts, and then I come back and do a proper review of it. Chris E. Hayner says, I had a good time with Snake Eyes. It's not going to be anyone's movie of the year, but it was a fun time at the movies and makes me want to see more G.I. Joe stuff in the DC Universe. And this is potentially one of the most positive out of them all. Like, it's overwhelmingly negative, let's put it that way. Rosa Latinx Lens says, I had a good time with Snake Eyes. I enjoyed the complex characters, and its storyline kept me intrigued throughout. My only criticism is some shaky camera shots that slightly disservice the action sequences. Other than that, count me in on a sequel. Again, if it's an action movie and the way it's shot is detracting from the action, that's a bad thing. It's not good. That's bad. It's no good. It's no good at all. That's yeah, pretty bad. Then we have this one from Vinny Mancuso. It says Henry Golding is pretty great in Snake Eyes, but unfortunately all of the fight scenes look like this. And then it's just like a WWF, WWE, whatever they call it now. Like GIF. I'll have a full review up tomorrow, but the gist is We've just completely forgotten how to shoot action. Incomprehensible. And that's with a cast that includes Iko Uwais and Andrew Koji. Again, if your action movie can't convey the action appropriately, you failed as an action movie. It's like me saying I'm making a love story, but no one felt the love story. Like, of course, you failed, haven't you? You have absolutely failed in the genre that film lies in. And if it's just something as simple as editing or shooting it, you know, with shaky cams and stuff, you failed massively there. Matt Neglia says Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins has non-stop action consisting of sword fights, motorcycle chases, and giant snakes. But all of it is dull and unmemorable. With hasty storytelling and an unlikable protagonist, this latest attempt to revitalise the G.I. Joe series rolls the dice and fails again. What are you doing, Paramount? Like, what are you actually doing? Again, it does sound like a resounding failure. I tried to scope out some more stuff online. Like, if I just but search the hashtag anyway. There's not a lot of other things, to be fair. A lot of people talking about Snake Eyes and obviously looking forward to it. But if I'm looking at these reviews, I think that they're going to sadly be disappointed. So, I mean, what can you say? This doesn't mean anything, FYI. This doesn't mean that it's bad. But you can take some bits from people that you like, you know, their reviews of and things, and kind of line it up with your opinion. Of course you can. But one of the take-homes from all of this is quite literally the action is bad, or it's shot bad, or it's edited bad. If that is the case, guys, you failed as an action movie. Because it's an action movie. What else is it? It's not, you know, it's not supposed to be a bloody, you know, horror film, is it? Like, it's an action film. And if people can't see your action properly, I mean, you failed. Like I said, the greatest example of that is if I'm making a love story and no one felt moved by the love story. Or no one thought it was a love story. Like, you've just failed, haven't you? Like, you failed in the genre that the film's set in. So, whatever. This isn't a film that I was particularly looking forward to. I watched the trailer and I was like, meh, I don't even want to do a reaction to this film, this trailer, whatever. So, I'll hand it on over to you, though, those that are looking forward to it. What do you think about this? Let me know down below. If you are new here, you stayed this long, you clearly enjoyed the content, so hit that subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on. If you didn't know, guys, I actually live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 PM GMT. It's 4 PM Eastern Standard Time, basically, so check it out on the channel because you won't get notified because YouTube sucks. Again, we've got memberships open in the description box, selling those Blu-rays, got Patreon there, support the channel, support me. Cheers, take care.